After months of sitting in classrooms, trying to figure out what the value of X is, finally the school holidays arrive and you can relax. But not for long, it seems. The exam results are looming and all you can be thinking about is what kind of grades you will get on that crucial day. It's easy at this time of year to question the whole point of exams. No one likes having to do them. They can be incredibly stressful, but they form an integral part of our school lives. Like it or not, they are there to measure how much progress we have made in the year, whether you really do know what the value of X is or not. So if everybody has to do them and you get a qualification at the end of it all, why do exams get so much bad press? Every year the media criticises exams, saying they've become easier and they are unimportant, whilst our teachers think that these can help us in our chosen career paths. It can sometimes be difficult to figure out who is right. We decided to speak to the experts and the young people awaiting their exam results to uncover the truth about exams.
Our role is really to set a standard that is believable, that allows qualifications to have relevance and provides a background in this world today. Very difficult to see how we could judge people without qualifications defining them.
I left school at 16 and served an apprenticeship as a carpenter. And I've had 5 or 6 different types of jobs in that time. I went to evening classes and did vocational examinations. I was in my 30s before I went to university, and I ended up as the head of public affairs for the biggest examining board in the country.
One of the great things I think about this country is that with exams, you have such an opportunity. If you have a dream and you work hard, you can get your results, and everything's equal. Everyone's going to be doing the same exam. It's not about who you know, it's about what you know.
A-levels and GCSEs, nationals, BTECs and so on are very important because they have a huge brand. When a student walks through the door and says, I have this qualification, its brand means something. It means something very special. You know what you're getting with a student who has an A-level or a BTEC. And that's really an important context. It's the basis for university entry, it's the basis for job applications, it's the basis for movement into further education.
I'm pleased that I've got a degree because that's like a certificate which I can take through for the rest of my life.
Some students respond much, much more positively, as I did, to an applied learning environment where I'm continuously assessed rather than sit a formal exam at the end of a period.
Some people are really good at that sort of thing. Some people do really well. Other people don't show their best, show off their best skills. They don't show off how much they've learned. They don't show off their creativity under those sorts of pressure conditions.
Practical education is of immense benefit and immense importance to our country. And some people, whether they're engineers, whether they're technicians, whether they're people, with ICT skills or those sorts of practical skills, to put those together with academic qualifications is actually extremely important. And it's not about whether people are academic or not, it's about broadening opportunity so that people can take the courses that they think are most appropriate for their own abilities and for their own aptitudes and interests.
If you think of Alec Ferguson, he was an apprentice in the Clyde side. So was Billy Connolly. He was an apprentice there as well, as was Lord Gus MacDonald. So, it doesn't matter what stage you're at the moment and how you're doing. I mean, an apprenticeship is a good way to go. Vocational examinations are a good way to go as well.
50,000 students in England and Wales will go to university on vocational qualifications.
The fact that diplomas are now becoming more and more available and will become more available as we roll them out in more and more subject areas over the next few years means that people will have more opportunity and more choice, not less.
All the media hub about exams getting easier it's really disheartening for students.
I got an examiner's report from 1864 complaining about young people and the lack of knowledge, and it's been going on every year for as long as I can remember.
I'm one of 3 people in England called an accountable officer. I sign A-levels. It's my signature that goes on the A-level award that you will get this year, and on GCSEs and all of the other awards. And I take my job very seriously. What I have to do is to make sure that year on year and across each subject, the standard is maintained.
If exam grades go up, people say, oh, well, it's because the exams have got easier. If they go down, then people say, oh, standards are slipping. Well, I think at the end of the day, let's give credit to the young people of our country who work exceptionally hard to achieve the exam results that they do, whether at school or at university. And let's for once actually praise them for what they're actually achieving.
Because they're getting greater rewards from it, they just say, oh, things are getting easier, but it's not. People are just putting more effort in.
Students work very hard. I know that. I can see what is put in every year. Certainly, I think they work harder than they used to in my day.
I think one of the things that can happen is when you don't get the grade you want, you can feel devastated, you can feel as if you failed, you can feel that all sorts of doors are now shutting for you. And I think that's just not true.
If you don't get your grades, it's not the worst thing in the world, because there's always other things you can do, other courses you can take to get a job.
There are many options available. It's just a matter of getting advice and trying to do something different. There are many ways in which you can make a living in the future, and you'll probably have 5 or 6 careers. So don't worry about it. Something will be there for you, but you need to work at it.
Check out the websites, go to Connections Direct. You can find out where your nearest connection centre is from there. Check out the diploma website, see what's available in your area, and that's another really good option. Check out the apprenticeship website. There is a national apprenticeship vacancy matching service, and you can do that. And go and talk to somebody. And I think those sorts of things will actually help people to move forward. I think it's so important that you don't sit at home and believe that you failed, because that's so far from the truth.
When I got my exams for my A-levels, I didn't get into the university that I wanted to go to originally, and I went to my second choice, and I had a brilliant time and I loved it, and I've never regretted it. So I really believe that what's meant to be is meant to be, and if you don't get what you plan to do, something else which is exciting will come up and give you a great opportunity. So that's a reason not to worry.
What you need to look at is the bigger picture, because exams really aren't there to punish us or to make growing up even more stressful. They're there to prepare you. In every new job or new experience you take on, you will always be tested on how well you fare under pressure. It sounds scary, but those skills you learn by preparing for and doing exams will be there to help you with every new employer you hope to work for. So stop thinking exams are your sworn enemies and start building that bigger picture for yourself.